All right, I got the Falcon back in the garage. If you saw last video, then you know exactly what we're gonna be doing. And if you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the description down below. And we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna skip the intro because it's gonna be a lot of work. And I will be giving an update on the Honda later in this video, so stick around for that. So I'm gonna drain the coolant out. Motor has to be on top dead center. Distributor's coming out. Valve covers, intake manifold, throttle body, you know, all of the fuel lines and throttle linkage, so we can get to those rocker arms. So we're ready to take off the intake manifold. My dad is making an appearance in the video. I've been here working on it by myself. So he's out in the front yard doing some other stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't take much strain to pop that up, but you need leverage. That's not long enough. No.
Right here maybe? Yeah.
No, you don't want to poke a hole in there. Where's the green one?
This one?
Yeah.
It's stuck on there with the silicone and the gasket. There we go.
All right.
You try to grab it now?
Yeah, you should be able to wiggle that thing out of there now.
Sure, it's stuck back
Pull it
in the corner. Stuck in the corner.
The fucking gasket crap is strong, huh?
Oh yeah, stuff's really stuck on there. Can't go up much higher, and that's it. Can you pry it on the back somehow, maybe?
It's going. It's moving.
It's moving?
Yeah. Turn it sideways, back and forth a little bit.
It's moving. It's moving. Moving.
Yeah.
Is that it right there? Keep
wiggling. That's the thing. You gotta keep pulling it though, because if you're just wiggling it, ain't gonna help it. There you go.
There we go.
Look at that. One of these holes are blue paper towels, and all those holes, rag this thing up, maybe paper towels, and stick them all the way inside here. Look at that. See, that's open oil port. That's an open oil port. We don't want nothing getting inside there. At least we're going to try hard. We're going to see what happens.
We're going to do our best because we have to start.
We're going to see if we can do it this way. We don't even know if we can do it this way, but we've been told that we can. It's just going to be a mess. And we're going to try and keep the mess to a minimum.
So obviously I'm going to have to do an oil change, and I already have oil to do that because now there's gasoline and there's coolant inside the oil valley.
That's okay.
Which is not a big deal.
Nope. So get the blue towels, and you're going to stick them like, you know, in here. Like that. You know, as much as you can, because we're going to be grinding inside that lifter galley.
So the plan is we have to clearance these holes because some of these rods are touching the hole, rubbing up against the head.
My crusty old drill with a carbide cutter on there for aluminum. And it fits in the hole perfectly, so it's not really going to enlarge the hole. Fits right in here nice and simple. So we're only going to just go a couple paths back and forth in each one of these, just to give a little bit of relief space. We're not getting carried away here.
And then I'm gonna be using the vacuum
On the underside.
on the back side. I'm gonna have a vacuum right here. So I'm gonna put this in time-lapse mode because I'm pretty sure you guys are not gonna want to hear the vacuum making a bunch of racket.
It's gonna be noisy.
So we got this piece of cardboard here, and right here it says front. And we're gonna put our push rods and rock arms in order so that they go back in the same exact spot. We're gonna take them all apart. Have the big ratchet here to turn the motor over.
Yeah, turn the motor over so we take the spring weight off of the rocker arms, so we don't pull any threads out of the aluminum head. And we're just going to take them all apart, put them on the cardboard, do the same thing on the other side, put them in the cardboard so we know exactly which ones go where. We don't mess anything up. And then we're going to ream all of them, and we're going to put it back together again, clean it all up real good.
All right, so what we're doing now is I'm gonna lay this blue towel, I'm gonna lay it down in here so it's underneath the holes. I'm just gonna give you guys a rough idea of what I'm doing. So it's underneath the holes, and then I'm gonna have another blue towel and I'm gonna plug the holes as my dad sprays brake clean down in here so we can catch as much of that aluminum as we can. And we do that to both sides.
Do the best we can, get it cleaned out. We won't put anything together until it's completely clean.
Yeah, and then we have the holes for the oil galley plugged, and there's another one here We have it plugged too, so nothing can get down in there.
Pretty good. Not too much shavings. It's pretty good.
Because we have the mirror, we can look at the holes underneath. It's hard to show it. You can see that it's pretty clean. You don't really see much aluminum there at all.
Any aluminum shavings.
So we're doing that to all of them to make sure that they're clean.
Go. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Got aluminum on there?
It's not much, actually. It's not good.
I still see a little bit in there, maybe. Let's get to the next one.
Okay, so I was able to get the engine all cleaned up. I took out the spider and I sprayed everything down, sprayed all of the valve springs, make sure that both of them are really clean. Because doing this does make me pretty nervous, because having those aluminum shadings go through the bottom end can really mess it up, and I don't want that.
Nah, I don't think we're gonna have a problem. We got it pretty cleaned out, vacuumed it up.
And then I also bought some oil.
Hardly got anything in there.
Yeah, I bought some oil so we can drain what's in here, because now there's antifreeze in here, there's brake clean in here.
Yeah.
And then there could be a little bit of aluminum around in there somewhere, but I don't think so. But we're gonna drain it out anyway, because I looked at the oil on the dipstick, and oil on the dipstick did seem a bit milky from all the junk that fell in through the oil valley there.
Mainly water.
Yeah, because once it goes through that hole, it goes down to the cam's right there, and it drops down into the oil pan. So hole there, and there's those 3 back here. So before I put all the rocker arms together, I made sure that they were all nice and clean, and I sprayed them up with some brake clean, the push rods, and then I put some engine assembly lube between the fulcrum and the actual rocker, and then I put some engine assembly lube on all the tips of the push rods, and then all of the lifters, and then on the valves of the head where the rocker arm rides on the valve, to make sure that we don't have any metal to metal when we first start the engine. It shouldn't be that bad, because it's not like it's a new engine, so it should pump up oil pressure pretty quick anyway. But just trying to take precaution, you know. Like I said, not trying to build a new engine just yet. When I was putting the rocker arms on, I was turning the engine over, because I want to make sure that these lifters, that they're down when I put the rocker arm and torque it, because I don't want to pull the threads out of the head. So intake manifold's got to go on. I have the intake manifold right here. So I got to clean up the thermostat, get that clean up the front of this, and then just clean all of this before it goes back on the engine. So we got the engine all cleaned up. It's ready for us to put the intake manifold on. These are the intake manifold gaskets that I'm using for small block Ford. 302, 50, it's the same thing. And if you notice, they don't quite fit perfect. You can see there's a gap here and then there's a lip on the other side. So we're gonna give them a little bit of a slice here so we could push them forward just a little bit to make them match better.
There it is, look at that, much better.
You can see where we cut this, made that little slice there. And now it matches up much better.
Do the other one.
Okay.
Ready? Get over here. Ready?
Yeah, go.
Let's try it out. There you go. Just that little bit. We'll put a little silicone on there to keep them from sliding around. Drop down the intake.
I want to quickly say that the part number for these intake manifold gaskets, they won't work with a cast iron head. These are a aftermarket aluminum head, so the ports are much bigger than a stock cast iron head.
It's not bad. It looks like it should be enough to hold this down.
You got kind of crooked there. Don't you want to just like push it over?
You can't really touch it. Once you touch it, it gets stuck to whatever you're doing. Look at where the hole is. You don't want to slide that thing around at all.
Move the rack. Right there?
Yep, right there. Don't touch it. Put your screws in there. Let's get it lined up with the screws.
So this is my temperature sensor for the Phytech. So this is the main two plugs that go into the Phytech for the harness. So this one goes into their fuse box, and then I have the other one right here. This is the tack, the coil, fan 1, which I'm not using, and then key on. So this is gonna go here. And then I have 2 more. I have these 2 right here. This one I'm not using. This one I just leave back here. I'm not using that one. And I have these 2 that get plugged into here. And this is for the handheld inside the car. And then I also have another plug here that comes out of the fuse box. And this is gonna be for the battery. See what the wire says. You can see, so that one says battery. And this one, this orange one says power. So battery and power for those 2. But first, before I connect all that, I'm gonna put my fuel lines on.
You gotta back up the motor a little bit. It says this belongs over here, like that, and it could be lined up right there.
Looks like it's pointing at number 1. Just so you guys know, we put that blue tape for the number 1 spark plug wire. Goes to cylinder number 1.
Looks like it's in the same spot. All right, that's where you're gonna try to fire it, right there.
Looks good right there.
Yep. Put your little thing on there. Hold the distributor down.
So we believe that we got it pretty close. That's where we're gonna try to fire it at. Now, unlike the Hondas, we've done this on these engines quite a few times. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Let's see if I eat my words later. Well, it's too bad I didn't get it on camera. I wasn't filming, and I was gonna fill the engine up with some oil. I'm just gonna take this thing off, and that's what happened. Broke. It's alright, I need to buy a new one anyway. That thing's filthy. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to eat my words because it started right up first try, and still got to set the timing. So I have my nephew here who's gonna help me with filling the radiator up with coolant.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Oh, so it's catching.
Mm-hmm.
It's sand. Something's oily. Something's getting out.
So this really sucks. I decided to not put a gasket between tank manifold and the thermostat housing. I just put silicone and it is leaking like crazy right there. I got this thing taken apart. I can see the issue we were having. You can see right there on that corner, there's no silicone right there, and I don't know why, because I know I put some. A lot of this is just really hard, maybe. Maybe there's an old piece in there that's hard, and it stopped it from sealing. But I went to AutoZone just because I've been using this piece for a while. Went to AutoZone for $10. $10, I was able to get a brand new one with a gasket. So I'm gonna use this. All right, here we go. This is take 2 because we had that really bad water leak. We're gonna start it again.
Yep.
Well, that thing started right up, huh? It was ready. Sounds good. Suck down all that water. So now I'm going to do an oil change. We just did the timing. And we are at a total of 38 degrees. That looks weird. Is that oil or is that antifreeze?
It's probably got antifreeze in there, remember?
We drained it already.
No, there's more. Let it come out. Like this. Oh, there goes your.
See, Bassy. What are you guys doing?
Dog attack. There goes Scaredy Cat over there.
Oh my god. How many are here? 4?
They're all
5?
here.
Hi, Sea Bass.
No, your camera thinks something different. There it goes. Is it recording?
Baby.
Why are you so aggressive with everything?
He doesn't want to go in there. There you go. Pour it in. All right, right on his car. I like it. Look at that. Dirt. He's all mad now. The peg legger. There you go. Dirt on your car.
That's okay. It's my car. I did it. How did you get that?
I don't know. Here.
It did it pretty damn easy.
Blacked out my damn. Look at my concrete.
It did it pretty easy.
Get the broom and broom that off.
Look how dark this bark is. It's funny. It only does one tire fire though. It doesn't have a posi.
You need
But
limited slipper.
But I can fix that. It's just gonna cost me more money.
You need limited slipper end. Not a posi. It's a daily. It's a driver. Look what you did in my concrete.
Why is it so dark?
Plastic tires.
All right, so I did say in the video that we're gonna give you an update on the Honda, and the carburetor that comes on this thing is giving us a really hard time. We've been looking at other options.
Might do that 3236 Weber conversion. I'm undecided. You know, this is something that we spend out of our own money to do, and it's getting expensive. So maybe a knockoff Japanese carburetor from Amazon with an adapter kit. I don't know. Try to make it as cheap as possible. Anybody got a kit out there? So
Because it's just been sitting here. We do want to work on it.
we'll get back to it.
Well, that's going to be into this video. It's going to be a long video, I think. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Leave a comment.
Ding,
And turn on the bell.
ding, ding, ding.
And thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.